Welcome to A Damn Good Question, the weekly broadcast that helps you understand the top news stories with a conservative twist.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to A Damn Good Question podcast this week. Across from me, as always, friend, co-host, producer, sidekick, bodyguard, superhero in his own right, third richest man in the world, and the man with the largest hot rod collection on the East Coast. Mark?
Yeah, but we technically aren't on the East Coast, east of the Mississippi, really.
We're in what they call the third coast, the mid coast.
Oh, is that right? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Detroit, Chicago,
Yeah.
Indianapolis,
Okay.
down through Nashville and Memphis.
Yeah, then that would be correct.
Yeah, it's a very interesting. The first time I heard that was like 20 years ago when I was playing Nashville,
Yeah.
and I'm like, that's a very interesting. That's a very interesting.
We don't
connection.
mention that enough. That one of the nicest things about living in this area is how close we are to Nashville, and we'll talk about the Kentucky Derby
Yeah,
and the Indy 500
yeah.
and the Hammond, Indiana Bears.
Formerly the Chicago Bears.
That's funny. I don't care who you are.
Yeah. No, that'll be great.
Yeah.
2 pro football teams
In Indiana.
in
And-
Indiana.
And the national champion college football team
Yeah.
in
Indiana. Yeah, it's just one of those things.
Used to be known for basketball.
Yep.
Now we're a football powerhouse.
Now we're a football powerhouse.
Couldn't win a basketball game, but we tried.
And they don't. They don't try.
I tell you, there's some upset Hoosiers around here. The way basketball has been played in the state.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get that back.
Yeah.
Oh well. Anyway,
Yeah, for sure.
we get off the subject.
And I, of course, your forever host, SGD, and we want to welcome our thousands and thousands of listeners this week to Damn Good Question. It is always our pleasure to have you here with us. We're going to toot our own horn real quick, Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We should.
We should. So elections are important, and we're going to toot our horn and talk about how we pulled Chris Emmerich across the finish line
Big time.
to win the primary for Republican county sheriff for Steuben County. Yeah, we had to pull him across.
Yeah. A lot of people are giving us the credit that we are due.
We are due. I mean, Chris was sweating it till he came on this program.
Hey, he did a nice job. You did some good questions. He did some great answers, and he won in a landslide.
And which of course means that he will be the next sheriff because there's nobody opposing him on
Nobody
the
has opposed
Democratic
him yet,
ticket.
and it doesn't look like there will be anybody opposing him. So he
so
will be our sheriff in January.
He'll be our sheriff.
And now we had to figure out how to use him, use the power that we have.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And if he thinks that he's going to forget who we are, he's got another thing coming.
He's got another thing coming. We will use the power of media.
I guess the primaries, a lot of good stuff for Republicans.
Oh, speaking of which I think was kind of our first story anyways, elections.
Oh yeah, you wanted to talk about both elections in the UK and US,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Here in Indiana, remember where we had the chance to redistrict in Indiana, and we had 7 state reps.
Was it 7 or 8?
7 that I can remember.
Okay.
It might have been 8 who opposed it and stopped it, shut it down. Republicans who shut it down because they had an agreement with, was it Maryland? They had an agreement with Maryland that if we didn't redistrict, they wouldn't redistrict with the Democrats. So our Republicans said, okay, we won't, and shut down our redistricting effort, and then the Democrats went ahead and did it anyways. I'm shocked by that. Aren't you shocked by that? I mean, that they didn't keep their word. I'm so
shocked
surprised.
that those Republican candidates are still have a job.
Well, 5 of them lost.
Yes, that's what I was
5
saying.
of them lost. All of them should have lost. And I called for that on this show that day. I'm like, are you kidding me? You can't stand up and do the right things. You know that you can't believe the left. You can't believe that they're ever going to do anything that they say they're going to do unless they're telling you that they're going to do something bad, because they'll do something bad all day long. They never keep their word.
Yeah.
They're never honest. You cannot fight them by being honest and letting them get away with being dishonest. I'm not saying we should be dishonest. Nope, we should be honest and say, nope, we're doing this because we are. We're doing it, and that's just all there is to it. Sorry about your luck. Redistrict if you want. You're your own state.
Yep.
Have nothing to do with us. Goodbye.
I guess in the redistricting battle, it seems like the Republicans are winning.
So today,
the U.S. Supreme Court,
voted to get rid of the Voting Rights Act part that we talked about last week, where you only make a district based on race.
Yeah.
But of course, that was only one race. It had nothing to do with any other race. It was only one race that they cared about, which is racist. And is exactly what the Supreme Court said. That's racist. Down in Virginia, where the moderate Abigail Spanberger said that she was the moderate, but of course, as soon as she won power, it was anti-gun bill, pay raise for everybody, like 134% pay raise for everybody in the government there, tax hike there, and then redistrict to where they were going to gerrymander the Republicans right out of the state, actually make it like a 10-1. Matter of fact, it was a 10-1 is what they called it, because but their Supreme Court of their state has now nullified that and said it was unconstitutional. So the Democrats spent something like $90 million on that redistricting fight, and the Republicans spent almost nothing. Wow, and we know because USAID is gone that they've lost a lot of their funding. Of course, they still get their funding from China and Russia that they're getting. China, who paid for the May Day celebrations, and China put over $2 billion into celebrations of workers demanding everything free in this country, of course, because of course they get it free in China, right? You people are dumb. You're stupid. I have no patience today. My mouth hurts. I could care less. You guys are dumb. You're morons. And everybody who goes out there and stands with these signs and say that they deserve free health care and that billionaires are evil. And like this stupid little meme I saw this guy post where it was Jeff Bezos walking through a factory, and he stops and talks to one of the guys working in the factory, and it shows numbers underneath them of how much money they're making during this time that they're talking. And the commentator guy is like, yeah, see, this is evil. No, really, the guy who had the lesser number wouldn't even have that number if this guy over here didn't hire him. If he didn't pay his salary, his would be zero. Nobody makes money unless somebody else pays them. Jeff Bezos doesn't make money unless you buy something. He didn't steal it from anybody. He didn't steal it from the worker. He didn't steal it from you. You wanted his products. And they're not even his products. He just delivers them to you in a fast, quick manner and brings you all together in one spot to shop. Idiots. You're idiots.
But and Jeff Bezos does so many good things. He hosted the Met Gala,
Yeah, he spent $10 million to not walk the red carpet with his new wife.
He's got a new wife?
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah, you didn't see her? Well, his old wife gives away all of her money to leftist causes because she feels overly privileged from having money. I guess, Mark, we need to file as a left-wing cause for about 6 months.
She can come and give us some money,
You want to tear down this country? Just go to a different country and build it the way that you want it to be. I hear Canada's wide open for business.
Yeah.
Go knock yourself out.
Yeah.
Leave this country alone. You're idiots. You're useful idiots. It is exactly what Karl Marx has always said, always had said. It's the Marxists say. It's what the that's what the communists say. You're all useful idiots. You have all the freedom in the world that they use against you because you're dumb enough to believe that you don't have it.
Yep.
You don't like working for Jeff Bezos because, oh, you think he makes too much money? Go work for somebody else. Oh, you want to work for the government? You want all the money to go to the government and then let the government pay you? What does the government produce? Nothing.
Well, they do steal
Nothing.
and abuse and
Yeah.
fraud.
Look at
our
all
money.
more fraud coming out of the state of Ohio, which hats off to Vivek Ramaswamy, who won the Republican push for
85%.
governor.
85.
Yeah, something like that in Ohio.
Who
So
wins the primary that big by 85?
this guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Vivek.
Beck's gonna be great.
I think he could be a great asset. I know there's dyspepsia in Ohio with people that he is not a Christian and he does not understand Christianity. Okay, I get that. But man, he's better to people and he's better understanding what government should be and what government should not be than what you got standing on the other side. And that's just a fact.
Yeah.
And that he loves this country because this country gave him the opportunity that he'd get nowhere else.
Yep.
He knows what you don't. What you take for granted is what he appreciates.
Yep. He's a good guy.
And then we look across the pond, UK.
Yep.
Keir Starmer is the total feckless, worst prime minister I think the UK's ever had. He's pretty much handed the country over to the Muslims. His party, his Labour Party, yesterday got wiped out in local elections throughout the UK.
Good.
Wiped out. So much so that they're already calling for him to resign, even though his election isn't for a while. They're like, you need to resign, and you need to resign now. Because now you have no power, because all of your backup's gone. All of your people who will vote for you are gone. So I just have you just want to say maybe the UK can straighten themselves out. Maybe they'll push a referendum that sends all the Muslims back to where they belong in a country that doesn't have freedoms, so that they can't change the country with freedoms to one that doesn't, because they don't believe in freedoms. Or haven't you guys realized that yet? They are not compatible with Western civilization, bar none. Sorry.
Yep.
I told you I'm angry and frustrated today and in pain. So
Well,
that makes me.
You ready to go for the next topic?
Makes
And
me
get angry
irritable.
on the next topic?
Yeah, sure. What's the next topic?
You said UFOs.
UFOs, unidentified flying objects.
Didn't they come up with a different name for them a few years ago?
They did.
What was that? I have no idea.
UAVs or something. Unidentified alien vessel or something. I don't know. I can't.
And people
I
are
can't
now
remember.
back to calling it UFOs, right?
Yeah, so the government released a whole bunch of UFO documents. From documents saying that aliens are real and they're about 4 foot tall, to all these videos. But the biggest takeaway, honestly, from it all is that the government says, here's all the information. You decide whether you believe or not. We're not telling you. So that's really what it is. So some people see it as a nothing burger, and other people see it as they're actually just getting us ready. There have been multiple reports that in the last few weeks that they have brought Christian leaders in for meetings, telling them to get their flocks ready for the revelation that aliens are real, because they're afraid that it would send a huge shockwave through the Christian community and all religious communities to find out that aliens are real. I don't believe so, because the Bible says that aliens are real. So
I have no problem with aliens.
I don't believe for a minute. And they're like, oh, they're afraid that it'll shake the Christians' beliefs. No.
Actually, it might
Especially-
strengthen them.
Especially when they come down out of their little ships and they hold up a cross and say Jesus.
What is that
Wear a
joke?
little shirt.
What is that joke about the aliens? They come, oh yeah, we've known Jesus
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, Yeah, he comes back every year. We treat him like a royalty, and we have big feasts and everything. How'd you treat him when he was here on Earth?
Yeah, how'd you guys treat him on Earth?
That's funny.
That's
Funny.
But it's like that one joke that they always say. No alien civilization, once they understood what humans were, would never mess with mankind. We nailed our savior to a cross and detonate nuclear weapons inside our own biosphere.
Mm-hmm.
We're batshit crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so nobody ever wants to mess with the United States with the human race because of that. All right, well, they're right. We're crazy. But I think over the next few days and few weeks, where people really get into these files and people get to run through all this information, I've seen some things. I've seen some things that I could not explain. It was just incredible, and I still watch the sky because, as they say in one of my favorite movies of all time, a man would be crazy to think he's all alone in this universe. Okay, so what else have we got?
Well, I just wanted to add something
Sure.
to the aliens.
Absolutely.
The greatest alien movie of all time, Mars Attacks.
No.
Yes,
No.
because if you remember,
I was so disappointed in that movie.
Oh my God, what was
it? Was so dumb.
I know. That's why that's what I'm saying. What was it? What's the guy's name? The music that
Tom Jones?
No, they blew whenever they heard the music of Sam Whitman. No.
Sam Whitman.
No,
yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah,
I'm looking at it here.
It was yodeling.
Yodeling.
It was yodeling.
That it would blow.
It was yodeling would blow their make their heads blow up.
Oh my God,
man!
What great.
No, it was horrible.
It was, man. You know what? I'd like to
it.
watch that movie again.
No, it's bad. It's horrible.
Gosh.
It is so bad. Don't watch it.
Yeah. Okay. Slim Whitman.
The music is Slim Whitman.
They blew the heads off. Genius. Genius stuff.
No,
okay.
No, not genius stuff.
What else do you have to talk about?
Well, let's. Oh, excuse me. Let's talk a little bit about the absolute horrid invasion that has happened to countries, and that we're hoping we can reverse, and we're going to hope that the UK can reverse, and we're just going to look for the last 10 years, 2016 to 2026. After 9/11, we were told that we were Islamophobic, a word that never really existed.
Mm-hmm.
We were told that they were really great people, and then it was just radical Islam, and it was just radical this and radical that, and we needed to be accepting. And as good people on this country, we needed to accept them. For some reason, after that, we started importing them by the millions into this country. They've been put up everywhere around the world. Why? Why are they leaving their homes? Why are they leaving? Okay, at one point in time, you could see why they might have wanted to leave Pakistan and Afghanistan, but how many other countries did they go through to get to the United States, Canada, Australia, or the UK? Too many to count, of their own religion and their own background. Why were they brought here? Why were they brought to Western countries and Western civilizations? People like to bring up the replacement theory. This is the conquering theory, okay? The Democrats the other night, during a debate for California governor, let it slip. Katie Porter let it slip that they brought all those illegals into California to replace all the Americans that were leaving. This allows them to still have people who will vote for them and people who will pay by being able to take taxes from them and keep the government funded. From 2016 to 2026, the U.S. brought in 1.6 million people legally with green cards from Muslim countries. That represents roughly 16% of all green card holders in the United States are now Muslims.
Oh.
Why? Why are we bringing them here? What skills are they bringing to the United States? Fraud?
Yeah.
How to open up leering centers?
Somebody has to.
How to build Medicaid out of billions and billions of dollars? Like they have now found in Ohio as well. Shocked by that.
You know, and this is the tip of the iceberg because it's not just these, Minnesota, Ohio, and what was the other state that had a lot of fraud? Well, whatever.
Oh, Massachusetts got New Jersey, Portland.
It's all over the place.
Yeah, not Portland, Washington State. Jeez.
Oh, gosh.
And Oregon.
Don't get me started on Washington, Oregon, and California.
The United Kingdom. From starting in 2021, the United Kingdom saw a 400 to 700% increase through health and care visas from Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Nigeria. So you're telling me the only place you can find healthcare workers are from these Muslim countries, and you're bringing in 400 to 700% increase through healthcare? Who are they taking care of? So they're building the system there like they are here, where they take care of their own family and get paid. Canada. Canada has seen a constant increase now of not Muslims, but people from India. They have increased roughly in 10 years, 3 to 5% every year they've increased.
Wow.
Think about that. Think about the increase that they've gradually put into your country. They don't share your culture. They don't share your language, neither French nor English most of the time. And what are they doing there? What skills are they bringing? What skills do they need in Canada that they're bringing? Is it coding? Is it answering phones in a tech center to give me technical advice that I can't understand?
Yeah.
What is going on? Australia in the last 10 years. The Pakistan-born population in Australia has nearly doubled. And then humanitarian intakes from Syria and Iraq, dominated by, they say, by skilled STEM visas. So science, math, you're getting that from Iraq? So if these guys were so skilled, why isn't Iraq a center of skilled technology? If you're getting all these people from Iraq and Syria, why aren't these the places that are in the forefront of AI technology? We know that their IQ level is 10 to 20 points lower than even most Canadians. Saying a lot. No, I'm teasing. Not my Canadian friends. You people are amazing. Don't let this happen to your country. Put a stop to it. We need to put a stop to it here in the United States. You need to put a stop to it there. The data tries to show that they are bringing quote unquote key professionals. So you're bringing in 1 million professionals from Iraq and Syria in STEAM, in all the STEAM categories, science, math, STEM. Science.
I like
and math.
STEAM better.
I do too. But you're bringing all them in. The UK has finally admitted that the Pakistani problem in their country has resulted in decades of rape gangs. Finally, it took years and years, and they put people in jail for trying to speak out about it, and now the cat's out of the bag and they can't stop it. We let major cities in this country be overtaken by illegal immigrants and immigrants that we allowed to come here. We've had Somalians here for 30 years on protective status. You don't think they can now go back? They haven't learned enough here that they can go back and fix their country after 30 years? Get out. I am all for helping man, but I am not for destroying this country to help people who hate this country.
Yeah.
We used to bring, if we brought in people from places like these countries, we'd bring them in small groups and disperse them. They had to become part of the communities that they went to. Now we bring in whole countries and whole tribes and put them together and tell them, hey, you don't have to assimilate. Hey, here's a government program to help you. Hey, here's another government program to help you. Hey, here's a government program you could teach him how to do so that you can all help yourselves and take monies from the American taxpayer. Because you need it.
And you have a right to it? How do they have
a right to it, Mark?
How do they have a right to? No.
You know, folks, another one of the things that really burns me is the left's constant corruption of Jesus and Christians in this country.
Yeah.
They don't give a damn about Jesus. They don't give a damn about Christians.
Hey, black guy.
I thought I turned my phone off. I guess.
Should I cut that out?
No.
I'm stuck with two doom scrollers. I can't win. We're in the middle of the podcast and we got doom scrolling. These people. Neither.
You don't want me to say the N-word. Can you stop making?
Actually, that's a very funny joke.
Neither the left in this country or the people that they brought into this country give a damn about Jesus, give a damn about Christians. They will just use your beliefs to attack you and try to put you in your place. Jesus would not allow this. Jesus would not roll over for these people.
No.
And neither should you. It is time to start voting for people who actually have a plan, who actually plan to do things. It is time to start backing ICE enforcement. It's time to start backing the removal of people who shouldn't be here anymore. And like I said, every Republican who voted to stop the Haitians from having their protective status removed from them and shipped back to Haiti need to be voted out because they're not conservatives. They don't give a damn about this country. And they don't give a damn about you. It is time for change. It is time for serious change in this country. The young men in this country who have been put down because of the color of your skin, and I'm talking white, because you're white and you're male, you've been put down in this country for the last 10 to 20 years. That needs to come to a stop.
Yep.
Nobody, including you, should ever be judged for the color of their skin. You are good. You are the backbone of this country. You are the backbone of freedom around the world. And if it wasn't for good American white men, this isn't the country you'd be living in. This isn't the world you'd be living in. You would be a slave to somebody if it wasn't for the good white American men. You'd also be a slave if it wasn't for the good black American men. And the good Hispanic American men. But they have to call themselves American. Today, you meet too many people who refer to themselves as something other than American. I work with a young man who says he's Mexican. I'm like, really? Where were you born? Oh, Toledo. I said, then you're American. No, look at me, I'm Mexican. No, you're not. You're an American. Where was your father born? Oh, my father was born in Texas. He's Mexican. No, he's American. You're an American. Yeah, but I'm of Hispanic background. Okay. Who cares? You're an American first. American. Do you even speak Spanish? No, never been to Mexico. I don't speak Spanish.
Never been to Mexico.
But you're Mexican. This is what they get you to do. They want you to be something other than American so that you don't identify with this country and they can take it from you. Be an American. We have to put a stop to this. And Mark, today we put a stop to it. How do we do it, Mark? How do we bring people around to the fact that this country, if you don't start standing up for it now, there's not going to be a country left. And then you're going to say, oh, well, I wish I would have. How do we make people understand that they need to stand up and that being white is not a crime? And today, that is our damn good question. Thoughts, Mark?
Well, you know, it's not ice. It's nice.
It's very nice.
National, whatever.
Immigration. Customs enforcement.
Nice.
It's very nice.
It's very nice.
Let me tell you a story. So we all know about all the crap that went on in Minnesota.
Yeah.
So let's look to where a place that it really worked. And I had these stats pulled up, and we're gonna have them, but you know, all of our plans always get changed all the time because we're like water. We're always moving. We're always fluid. Memphis, Tennessee. The crime rate in Memphis, Tennessee, has almost disappeared.
Really?
In Memphis, Tennessee.
Wasn't it the murder capital of the world, of the United States at one time?
At one time.
Yeah.
Because the Democrat mayor and Democrat council welcomed ICE in, helped ICE, and knew that they needed to make a change for their people living in their city. They supported the facts. They supported them coming in. They supported the federal government in their tasks. And it has changed Memphis completely, like it did Washington, D.C.
And of course, the reason we hear about this all so much.
Exactly.
And they
why do we hear about it? Why don't we hear more about how successful this has been when we go into a place that needed it? Minnesota needs it. Minnesota still needs it. But because there wasn't a bunch of fraud found in Memphis, and there wasn't all this other attention that we need to cause some problems so we can turn the attention away from the fraud cases and sending us to jail to something else. ICE is bad. I agree ICE is bad. I don't allow it in any of my drinks. Those of you who've drank with me knows it's always no ice. But Customs and Border Patrol, immigration enforcement is nice. And it needs to be done. Memphis has saw such a huge reduction in crime. But why also do they know that they need to? Not only for their citizens, but for their economy. Because they are a tourist area. And what tourist wants to come someplace where they're going to be murdered, carjacked, or robbed? Nobody. Mark, how do we get this out? How do we get people to understand that they need to start standing up and being okay being white?
First of all,
especially young men.
First of all, you have to say it and believe it. I mean, there is a lot of people out there that are saying, "I'm sorry that I'm white. I'm sorry. I apologize for my."
Most of them are stupid leftist women.
They stopped this. You should not apologize for your color of your skin.
No.
You should not have to apologize for something you didn't do. Rob Snyder, you hear his joke?
I hear a lot of his jokes.
But it was in California. Why are we paying reparations to a state that never had slavery, from people who never owned slaves?
To people who never were.
Never were. Ridiculous.
Absolutely ridiculous. This is the definition of retarded.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, there's lots of retarded people out there. Yep. This has got to stop. This has got to stop.
You know,
we need this country back because there is no other place to go when this country falls. You think you're going to go to Canada? Have you seen Canada? You're going to go to Mexico? You know who runs Mexico. Well, lately, the government down there has been doing a good job of trying to push back on the down low, help of the U.S. government, which I think is really funny that they've tried to keep a lot of that on the down low, but when really big things happen, they say, oh, yeah, we've been working with the U.S. Yep, we've been handing these people over to the U.S. Yep, we've been arresting them and sending them to the United States for trial. Good. Good. How much more could Mexico be if it wasn't controlled by a bunch of drug kingpins?
Amazing.
It could be amazing. How much more could America be if we weren't being held hostage by a bunch of fraudsters? This is pathetic. It's time to get our country back.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And what are your thoughts on this, Mark? How do we get this word out?
Well, as I was saying, number one,
Media
you
would
should
help,
never
wouldn't it?
apologize
No,
for the color of your skin or your race.
no, never.
You should never have to apologize. And that goes whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
Red,
never.
black, green,
Correct.
yellow. Well, maybe not green.
Oh,
But,
green men.
well, there's going to be green men pretty
Green
soon.
men.
You should never have to apologize for that, especially if you have not. In fact, a lot of these people that have been apologizing have done nothing wrong.
Even if you've done something wrong, you didn't do it because of the color of your skin.
And even if
You did it because of moral failings. Probably because you didn't have a good family background. Probably because you didn't have somebody who mentored you. Probably because you didn't have a father or a father figure who would put their boot up your butt when you messed up.
And I tell you what, racism has or had been just about eliminated until it became an issue again.
Yes, under Barack Obama.
And
During the beginning of Barack Obama's second term, racism was considered to be at an all-time low. When polled, it's like 78% of whites said race was not an issue. And nearly as many blacks said race was not an issue. By the end of Obama's second term, those numbers for both whites and blacks were in the 30s. Was race an issue? The no answers were down in the 30-some%, and the yeses were in the 60s. Because Obama was a divider in chief. He talked bad about white cops. He talked bad about white people. He helped the news organizations foster and start saying racism. The word racism all of a sudden became a daily occurrence on the news. Racism. And then, you know why? Because you have the Southern Poverty Law Center who needed to make money off it. They were about out of business because racism was just about gone. So you
got to bring it back.
Business, you got to bring it back.
Bring it back. So let's support the KKK.
So we can fundraise and make money. You got to bring it back.
They did a good job.
Oh, they did a tremendous job to tunes of billions.
Yeah.
Suckered you out of billions.
Yep. Now we're going to see arrest. Are we going to see people arrested?
You know, we have started seeing a lot more movement. Mark.
We have seen,
and I told you that we had to be patient because the deep state, these people who are leftists, have been trying to slow everything that this administration wanted to do down. Mm-hmm. They try to hide facts. They try to bury stuff. They try to make sure that people don't get to see it. Okay, the Democrat Party are the same people who stopped Spirit Airlines from being bought by JetBlue a few years ago and celebrated it. You can go back and look on their X feeds, on their Instagram, how they celebrated it, are then the ones who 2 days ago were saying that it was Trump's fault that JetBlue failed.
Yeah. Well, you have to call them out. You have to call them liars right to their face. Trump's been doing that. A lot of other people, J.D. Vance, I see do it.
Gaslighting is real. You being gaslit all the time.
Just call them all out for this. And I tell you what, I truly believe that most Americans are not stupid. Most Americans do see what happened.
I believe
But they have,
I believe that the majority of Americans are stupid.
are they?
I believe so. I believe that they're stupid enough to follow somebody without finding out for themselves.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's a
And maybe it's
lower,
just the pain I'm in today.
I think it's a lower population, but I tell you what, it's growing all the time, and it's got the press. The press has to be called out. I mean, we need to more lawsuits like Trump has done against them. There are victories. We are winning a little bit, but we got to keep the foot on the pedal. You know, it's not going to get any better. I tell you what, this election's huge.
Huge.
This election's huge. And I think the primaries that happened last night or Tuesday night. What is today? Who knows?
Friday.
Yeah, May,
Tuesday.
right?
The ones that happened Tuesday.
Is Bush still president?
Bush the third.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lost time, guys. But anyway, I think there was a lot of Republican victories, which we don't hear about, by the way.
We don't.
We hardly are hearing about anything
I agree.
about the elections that happened Tuesday, and there was a lot. And
there is a lot that's gone on. The Supreme Court ruling about getting rid of racist districts will change everything.
Now you got to remember, guys, it's projection. The true racists are the Democratic Party.
Always have been.
The Republican Party is it was formed in Wisconsin. I believe it was Wisconsin. You know why? To stop the Democrats from slavery.
Yes.
The Republicans have always been anti-slavery. The Republicans have never been racist. The Republicans are not racist. And the fact that you believe they are is how stupid and moronic you are.
It's the rules for radicals. Accuse your opponent of being what you are.
You are being played. You're being played.
Confusion. But hey, we want to thank our sponsor today.
Do we?
We do.
Okay.
Got plumbing problems? Look no further than Towhead Plumbing, your local plumbing experts. Need a new faucet installed or an old one repaired? We've got you covered. Is your toilet giving you trouble? We specialize in toilet installation, replacement, and repairs. Thinking about a new garbage disposal or replacing the old one? Call us. Need a new dishwasher? We handle dishwasher installations and replacements with ease. And don't forget those outdoor hose bibs. We repair them too. For fast, reliable service, call Towhead Plumbing today at 704-813-5653. Your home deserves the best, and so do you.
Hey, and we're back. Mark, give me that stat again about Chicago.
As of the first 4 months, I know it's May 1st, there have been 421 shooting incidences recorded. Notice the word recorded.
421 shootings in Chicago so far already.
They have been reported. That's 5% higher than last year. And it has resulted in 130 deaths.
130. And you know who's doing all the shooting, right? It's all those racist white guys.
Yep.
Running down through the streets just randomly shooting black people.
Just black people, too.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be, right? Because black guys wouldn't shoot other black guys.
No, that wouldn't happen.
And if they did, we would want to do something about it to stop it, right? To stop it from happening all the time in these Democrat-ran cities.
If we didn't, I think we might be considered racist.
And if we do, we might be considered racist.
Boy, I guess we're just racist.
I guess.
And you know, maybe that's one reason of many that Indiana's getting your damn football team.
One of many. One of many.
Hey, do we have any good news out there?
We have some good news, ladies and gentlemen. You know, it's always good to root for underdogs, right? It's always good to root for underdogs. And the underdog won the Kentucky Derby last weekend. I mean...
And it's the way he won it.
In last place, not even on the screen, really, during the final leg of the race. Golden Totem
Temple.
I
think so.
Tempo.
Isn't that what it's called?
Golden Tempo.
That's it. Yep.
Golden Tempo. Hey, who others colors gold?
I don't know
Trump.
Do you know?
Donald Trump. So this is Trump horse? Golden Tempo?
Yeah, take a look at Golden Temple's. I didn't tell you about that. Take a look at Golden Temple's.
Yeah, I saw
It's
that.
cross. It's cross.
I saw it.
And he was not just last, as I tell people. He wasn't even on the track.
Yeah. That he. Wow. And
Little Horse
and the other horse that was back there with him,
Renegade came in
both
second.
Both of them charged from the rear, and I'm talking way rear, to go first and second at the Kentucky Derby.
The jockeys are brothers.
And the jockeys were brothers. Talk about outstanding.
And we might as well mention it. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay.
It was the DEI Derby.
The first woman trainer to win the Kentucky Derby.
Hats
Congratulations.
off to her.
That's
not a DEI thing.
It wasn't. She was not a DEI hire. In fact, she quite meritocracy is the reason that she was a good trainer.
Yeah. Absolutely.
She worked very hard as an assistant trainer for years and years and put her time in and learned how. And she seems to have a lot of knowledge about horses. So
I get my own podcast because I'm good talking to people and I'm nice and polite all the time.
Yep, that's right. That's one of your faults.
It's one of my faults. I am.
Hit the button.
No.
I'm struggling this week.
That's a great button.
But that's okay. We also want to say another great story is that this weekend is Mother's Day.
Yeah.
So I want to give a shout out to my fantastic mother, my mom, who has always been a huge supporter of mine. Even when I've done stupid things, she's always loved me. I'm fortunate to still have my mother around. I'm fortunate that she is a huge part of my life, and she's a bigger part of the life of my children and grandchildren than I think even she knows, and definitely more than most of them know.
Yep.
Because I can't tell you how often she's there to help my kids with my grandkids, her great grandkids. And sometimes I don't think she gets the recognition from my kids for what she does and how she helps them. Mom, you're an absolutely amazing woman. I love you, and happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
But, Mom, you could have had me any other time than a day that comes up on Mother's Day, like every single third year, because my birthday falls on Mother's Day yet again.
Does it?
But thanks, Mom. You're amazing, and I know you watch every one of these. So I just want to tell you how amazing you are. What a beautiful soul you are, Mom, and I love you. Thank you.
So, where do they write?
Where do they get us, Mark? How do they reach out to us? Where do they find us?
Well, they can write me at mark@damngoodquestion.org.
Mark@damngoodquestion.org.
They can
get us
go
on
to the book, Facebook. Yep. They can see us on the X. And of course, we're here on Spotify. We're now on YouTube.
And Rumble.
And first political dipping, and we won. So congratulations.
That's right.
Congratulations, Chris Enberg.
Yep. Congratulations, Chris Enberg. I also want to say, she won't see this, but congratulations and thank you to my wife, Chris. What a fantastic mother you are. A fantastic mother of all my girls. What fantastic, and daughter-in-laws. What fantastic mothers you guys are. I am so proud of each and every one of you. I also want to say happy Mother's Day to all the other mothers out there, especially those of you who want to be moms before anything else. That is amazing. And my hat's off also to the single fathers. Being that I was a single father for a number of years, you're a mother too. Just like on Father's Day, the single mothers are fathers as well. You pulling double duty from time to time is hard, but man, is it worth it in the end. So, happy Mother's Day to all of you out there.
Okay.
Anything from you, Mark?
That's it.
That's it.
We're done. We're out of here.
Is that it for us, you think?
Yeah.
Is it?
No.
1,000 times no.
Hey, we want to thank everybody for joining us this week.
Probably some of the best $2.99 we've ever spent.
No.
We want to thank all of you for joining us this week. We hope you have a very blessed and magical week. And until next time, see ya.
See ya.